Hi, my name is Karen Brown. I am a breast cancer survivor. I had breast cancer in 2009. My son was a kindergartner at the time, and he is now a senior in high school. And my motivation during that time with my family and loved ones to stay focused on what I needed to do was to be able to see him graduate from high school. And I had a history of having fibroids in other places, so I really didn't claim it to be cancer. I didn't want to say the C word. We were just doing procedures, doing business, finding out. So when the doctor did tell me that it was cancer and we were sitting there, and my husband will attest to it, I actually laughed a little bit, which is a coping mechanism for myself. It wasn't that I thought it was funny. I just knew I had to walk out in front of a lobby of people, and I wanted normal as possible for a few more minutes as I was processing what was going on. He helps me feel anchored, so it was a way to be silly and funny and get the nerves out on the way to the appointment at times, but it wasn't taken lightly at all.
No.
It didn't come immediate because there's so many variables. But I had a 5-year-old and I had a husband, and I was only 38. And at this point, he kept me here for a reason, and I want to do him right. I want to do my family right and my friends. So,
amen. My mental thoughts are hers. No, anyway. But we had such a great attitude going through the whole thing. Karen being the tough lady she is, and the smiling part of it, she made this process really easy to care for her.
One of the ways to do it mentally was, okay, I had this 5-year-old. Well, he obviously does not know what's going on with his mom. Hurting for them, it's easier to be the caregiver in my mind for me as a person. I would much rather take care of somebody else, even though I don't want them sick or hurt or injured. So in my mind, I was knowing I like to be a caregiver, and I was thinking, wow, what can I do to help him as my caregiver too? Because that's my mindset normally. But with my son and him being young, I can remember thinking the few times I was by myself at the house, like while they were at work or doing their normal thing, that I can be sick while they're not watching me. If I put on a smile, say, I'm so happy to see you, and then when they go to bed, you can go get sick. Just trying to grasp some normalcy. And business mode. I still feel like we were really business mode, like taking the emotion out as much as possible.
Exactly.
And just let it be, okay, this is the plan. Like it or not, we got it. We got to do it. By nature, I'm quite an emotional person. I'm huggy, I'm loving, I laugh a lot. It is a coping mechanism, but it's sincere. But it was scary, it was hurtful, it was news I didn't want to hear, and not to say poor pitiful me, but to say why. But on the emotional side, I knew that about me, and it's not that I didn't cry, it's not that I didn't laugh, it's not that I wasn't emotional, but we had to have a plan. There wasn't no time for just sitting there crying or not working, because that is not productive energy. And what little energy I had, it needed to be productive, whether the love for my family and who was visiting or bringing food, or if it was just for healing. So into how sad and hard and all that, if that's where all my focus is, then I'm not healing myself for my family. I'm not doing the job that I was commissioned to do, to get rid of this evil, this badness in my body, if my mind is not focused on healing and the love of my family. And so I was blessed. I was so blessed because I do have a strong support system. I have love. I have people that when he had to work, that my parents could check on me, my friends could check on me. So I was a little more transparent, I think, in it, but not to make anybody think anything of me. It was for whoever might be out there that didn't have a husband, or didn't have a best friend, or didn't have family that could take off work and take them to appointments. So I felt like I had to kind of, it wasn't about me, it was about sharing something bigger than me.
Well, you know, whenever she first got diagnosed, and I really didn't know anything about caring for somebody that had cancer, the doctor, and we had a great doctor that said, you know, the support system is just as important as her medicine or anything. So I took that to heart, and which it didn't fall much. It didn't change anything I did, but you had to be there for anything she needed, whether it be a laugh, music, you've already said, or, you know, just anything. It's about her. It's not about you. You know, it's about the patient. Just the attitude is what's going to carry and make it the best. You know, make her come through it faster and heal faster. And I think it meant something.
And laughter is a big healer for us in general. So even though after surgery it hurt so bad, because I felt like I was that my sternum was stitched to my pelvis, like everything's so tight and hurtful, and you're like, oh my God, please, I want to laugh, and then you're like, no, I can't laugh. So you're like, you're killing me. So you know, we didn't avoid the serious talks. Okay, what if I did die? What would we do? What would we need to prepare? Or do we have this in order? Do we have that in order? And what made our journey in cancer different than most is October is several awareness months. It's breast cancer awareness. It's also infant and stillborn awareness month, and we had a full-term stillborn also in the month of October in 2002. And that was the most devastating thing to us. It was our second pregnancy, but I went full term with this one. And he had a name. His name was Penn Brown, and he had a birthday and sleep day in the same day. So that was hard. That was what we had gained for. So we did come at it with a different perspective, because honestly in our life, that tragedy was so hurtful and such a loss that this was like, you know, come on, devil, we about to get you. We made it beyond the scars.